In the midst of Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood, an expansive reservoir sits atop Volunteer Park. A chain-link fence surrounds it with various warning signs prohibiting the feeding of birds. The reservoir existed before Volunteer Park was terraced, laid out, and completed. In 1903, John Olmstead arrived in the booming city to develop a park system. Some of the hilltop areas were already designated as parks, with other lands considered system elements. Gravity was the primary source of the citizenry obtaining their water, as the source was the Cedar River watershed. The downhill movement of the water would settle into the reservoirs and continue downhill to service the homes and businesses that required it. Water distribution has become more sophisticated since, but the Seattle Public Utilities Commission has maintained the reservoir for potential future needs. It is currently disconnected from the drinking water system, but targeted in the event of a major firefighting emergency. Since the city opted not to employ the water for drinking purposes, it has remained uncapped. Sources of drinking water must remain invisible and inaccessible to the public for obvious security reasons. A walking path surrounding the reservoir currently remains, but the fence separates the water from visitor approach. The ultimate goal by the Volunteer Park Trust is to restore the reservoir to its former prominence and elegance. The original design and employment featured an unobstructed view west towards the downtown, Puget Sound, and the Olympic Mountains. Formerly known as the Sunset Promenade, residents would take the 15th Avenue trolley uphill to Volunteer Park to hear music in the bandstand, stroll the reservoir, and view the sunset from benches arrayed along the west edge. The protective fence, graffiti, overgrown shrubs, and clustered full-growth trees have marred the distinctive view over the decades. Perhaps one day the reservoir may return to its former opulence. For now, it remains a giant patched reflective pool set aside for potential future emergencies.